How's it going? As you can plainly see by the gap in between the videos, it's been a long time since I've uploaded on this channel, and I do want to apologize for that. But in a way, it's a good thing that this absence took place because it clearly means that my time has been taken up with things that, in my opinion, were really exciting and took priority over this. Although, believe me, I'm going to get back to uploading on this channel. So, at the time of recording, it's December 23rd, Christmas Eve. And honestly, there's a lot of stuff to go through in terms of updating you on what's happened in the past couple months. I'm not really sure how long it's been since I've uploaded, but I guess I can give you the cliff notes on what I remember. Obviously, I came back from Kansas, which was that 3 week trip to Kansas. It was very fun. I'm very committed to helping the guys out with their business in the coming year. I most importantly met somebody. Her name is Pamela. You're probably going to hear a lot about her in the coming days. She's my current girlfriend. I've been going out with her since maybe the first week of November-ish, something like that. And the first time we kissed, let me tell you, man, it was fantastic. We were looking for a place to make out near Queen Center because we spent the whole day there. First at Sephora, I believe we were in that store. Then we went over to have some Chick-fil-A. Then we went window shopping for a little bit, and after a couple hours, we're just like, okay, where can I go kiss you? And I was trying to lead her up to the roof of the parking lot, like on the parking lot staircase, but there were so many people on that day, so we just decided, you know what, we're gonna go outside, and we're going to go to that little playground. And I'm not sure if you still remember this, but you remember that one place, that one bench where um, I got drunk at Owen's house with Matthew, Alejandro, and Owen and Nick. We all went to QCM. We all got McDonald's, and then they just kind of left me. I went and I ate McDonald's in the freezing cold on that park bench. We made out on that bench, except on the other side of the bench. Cause like there's the bench I ate on. There's a table, and there's the other bench. We made out on that bench, and right as we started to make out, the snow started to fall, and it was really cold, and we were both kind of shivering. But it was a good moment, immortalized in the same way that my kiss with Cassandra was. I'm definitely going to remember it as I grow older, regardless of how long this relationship lasts, which I hope it lasts, but as I'll talk about in future videos, I'm not sure how to feel about it. I have some complicated feelings that I kind of have to dig through and figure out how I feel about them. I have to evaluate them further. I don't want to speak out of turn or speak without knowing fully how I feel about, fully having digested how I feel about the issue. But for now, I mean, things are really good, and assuming everything goes according to plan, I'll have lost my virginity this Monday, the 27th, hopefully, crossing my fingers. But we've basically done everything besides that, you know. I don't want to really mention this in case anybody on the internet actually finds this video, but we've basically done everything except like actual penetration. And we're both freaks in our own way. Me, probably more than her, and she's kind of enabled me to kind of let that freak flag fly. And on the one hand, that's very good. On the other hand, it's a little disturbing, but for the most part, it's net positive. So we went through the Kansas trip. I'm no longer working for my dad temporarily. I've shifted focus towards working on WGU work. I've been zooming through these courses like one after another. Right now, I'm kind of stalled a little bit with financial accounting, full-on financial accounting, but at the moment, I basically have just 12 courses left to go. There's 5 in the next term, 5 in the other term after that, but there's 2 queued up right now, but I've been steamrolling through them, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to have everything done by the end of January, the absolute latest, the end of next February of next year. So I'm very happy about that. I'll get my 4-year degree. And the plan as of right now is to get that degree, go back to working with my dad to get it like somewhere in the ballpark of $10,000, and then head back to Kansas and kind of live off that money and see if I can help Perry and the crew really make a career out of, like, you know, the rap career, and Perry as an artist, and Luke making his beats, Tremont being a producer, Third Eye Productions, you name it. Because given the fact that I'm getting a degree in a business field, it's only right that my first exposure be with a business, and I feel like it's a really good place to start, working with some friends. But obviously, the fact that I'm dating Pamela here in New York, and me potentially going out and being there for a few months kind of complicates things. But that's something to worry about for another time. This is kind of a reflection point for me because obviously it's towards the end of the year and a lot has happened, some good, some bad, but I would say for the most part it's been a very good year. I would say better than 2020. I mean, 2020 I was working, so a lot of my time was just spent with Spectrum, but the big part of this year was essentially me living solo, living off of my Spectrum money, working on a Sonic level, working on YouTube videos, kind of testing the creative waters, if you will. And I've had some success for that. I haven't really taken it as far as I wanted to, but it was kind of the start of something really cool there. And obviously, I've lost weight, not as much as I wanted to, but obviously, I've lost it. And at this point, it's now just me looking forward to see what I can change in 2022. I just watched this great Captain Sinbad video. I love that guy, about how to reinvent yourself in 2022. And I think in the next couple of days, I'll kind of write down, I'll pay attention to the steps that he really told me in regards to reflecting on the wins, the losses, the goals for next year, mindstorming them, how to achieve them, and then basically just reflecting on those every couple of weeks, every couple of months, something like that. I think the way I'm going to do it is to break it up into quarters in the way that I have a specific, instead of having one specific goal for the entirety of 2022, it's going to be a very different year in the way that it's segmented because, as I mentioned, the first quarter of next year is basically going to be me focusing on schoolwork, finishing up the degree, and I believe the next quarter is going to be spent working. Next quarter after to get money, obviously, for the Kansas trip. Next quarter after that is going to be getting money, using that money to go to Kansas and helping them out, and possibly the fourth quarter is going to be me coming back to school at Baruch College to start pursuing my master's. But obviously, all that is subject to change. But you're starting to get my point where I'm not really sure what the future holds. I think it's going to be a very important year, though, 2022. I'm going to be turning 21. I feel very old saying that. I'm going to be turning 21, and obviously, it's starting to occur to me that I'm a full-blown adult, and actually, I have a lot more freedom than I thought I would. And this year was really the year where I found that out firsthand. The fact that I actually got into this car, went into the middle of the country, went on this cross-country road trip, and I had a lot of fun with that. Probably would have stayed longer if it weren't for that goddamn jury summons. But it's really nice being young because you just have all this freedom. And in a way, I was kind of plagued by loneliness for a lot of this year, but Pamela has changed that. I need to remember that Pamela has changed that. And at the moment, obviously, there's always more that I'm looking to do. I'm always my harshest critic, but I can't really complain that much if I'm reflecting about it now. Things are fairly good. And I apologize to the future Gabe that's watching or whoever stumbles onto this channel. I apologize for the long gap, but it's something that won't happen again. I will keep an eye on this channel. I'll consistently upload to it so that my future self or my future family or whoever stumbles onto this channel can watch this and maybe be entertained by it. Who knows? But I have a good feeling about 2022, and we'll elaborate more on this later. Hopefully, I'll make at least one more video before we hop into 2022. But it's good to be back. I feel almost nostalgic making this video because it's been so long, and I'm almost returning to it as like a better person, almost like a different person. And it's a strange feeling doing that. So that's about it. Yeah. And if you're wondering about these glasses, you can tell, one last story before I go. You can tell they're not my regular glasses. My regular glasses, what happened to them, I went to Cinemark Cinemas on Metropolitan Avenue with Pamela, and we were watching House of Gucci, very long movie, something like 2 hours and 30 minutes. And it got to the point where towards the end of the movie, we weren't really watching the movie anymore. We were basically just making out. I was basically making out with her. And at some point, towards the end of the movie, like towards the rear end of the movie, I basically put my glasses in the cup holder to my left. And there was an old man sitting next to me, not like immediately next to me, but like a seat over, but he has his jacket on the seat next to me. And I put my glasses in that cup holder. I come back, the movie's over, the guy is gone, and my glasses are gone with it. So he took my glasses and he didn't return them to Lost and Found, so that's how I lost my main glasses, and these are the backups I'm using right now. So, moral of the story, don't make out in movie theaters, Gabriel. But apart from that, it's good to be back, and I look forward to making more content for you soon, buddy. Take care of yourself, as always.